to do things that they've never done before. And they have people inside the company who are completely capable of doing it, but they're locked in these silos. They're locked under managers. It's very, very difficult to know how they can get those people onto the right work at the right time. And so the way we talk about our business today is we help companies execute against strategic initiatives and objectives by giving them access to the right people at the right time. And those people might be in our marketplace, and they also might be inside of the company, and they'll use our software platform to deploy them.
And we're going to dive in and talk about the technology and the software platform in addition to the marketplace. But before we do that, how did you get the idea to start the company? What did you see out there in terms of the marketplace that was a gap that you started with this idea?
Yeah, great question. So when we started the business, it was in fact a class project, which is definitely not the way that most companies start. But we were very lucky. We were in a course at Harvard Business School where they break all first-year students into teams of 5 or 6. They give them $5,000 and they tell them to go start a company. And you know, the idea isn't that you're going to start something that's going to be sustainable, but we had this idea that, you know, certainly companies struggle to find the talent that they need when they need it. And what they often will do is they'll hire a really big consulting firm to help them solve those problems. And consulting firms are filled with really smart, really great people, but they don't necessarily bring the very specific types of functional expertise that companies often need. And they offer, and their bundling is so large and so costly that it's really difficult to consume them if you don't really need like $1 million project done. If what you really need is just like a couple of weeks of a really great person. And so we felt like there was a huge need in the market, and that was what we set out to go and solve.
And if I might have my numbers slightly off here, but I know in your journey to build this company, you've raised over, I think, $100 million in funding from some prominent VC firms and investors, including Mark Cuban. And I got to ask, because I know any entrepreneur that's listening to the podcast is going to want to know, how did you get Mark's attention as you were building the business?
Oh, man. So we were invited to go on